What's up, Jacksonites?
What's up, everybody? This is the Kiss and
Maya.
Once again, coming to you with another episode of Mad Jackson Love. Today is going to be a little different. We're going to do a testimony.
First of all, though, happy 2020, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
the last
we made it.
Uploaded was before, before it was in 2019. So
20 years into 2000s. What?
I'm done. Anyway.
Also, hold on. Also, shout out to my boy
Not Claudie.
Cody Glade. Cody Glade. He's a up and coming businessman up in the DC, Maryland area.
Yeah.
His business is called Super Shine.
Yeah.
My dude is a mobile detailer and he is great at his job. All you gotta do is check him out on Facebook. It's Cody Glade, Glaude, and you'll see some of his work. My dude is good at his job, and anyone in that area, look him up.
You know what? I'm gonna shout out somebody too.
What? First time shout out for you?
Yes. It's not. She's not like a business, or she's not a business. She doesn't have a business as far as I know, but she's like our #1 fan right now. Her name is Janice Cannon.
Whoop, Janice.
Yeah, G-Nice. We go to church with her, and she's really been very, very supportive of just us in general, us as as entrepreneurs, us as a family, us as a couple. Mm-hmm. So just shout out to you, G-Nice.
Shout out.
And she's the reason why I agreed to stick with the name Jacksonite.
Jacksonites is dope. I don't care what you say. That is a dope.
To that because of her.
Name.
So, yes, shout out to you, G-Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Anyway, but like you said, today is going to be
a testimonial.
Yeah, a testimonial of something that happened, something major that happened to our family in May of 2019. It really was a crazy experience for us. So I'm gonna let you start since it's your.
Well, like she said, it all started in May. It was actually, well, let me rephrase that. It's something that's been, all right. Chill. It all started about.
Use the honest timeline.
Okay, it's been a decade, or give or take. Don't mug me in the back of my head. I can feel your eyes digging into my cranium. Anyway, I would just basically like blank out. I would stare into, I don't even know. I was just so far gone. Like every time it happened, I could feel it coming, but I couldn't stop it. And come to find out, 10 years later, it was actually, I was at church. I just finished doing song service. I even remember the last song I sang. It was More Than Able. And
Could you sing that today?
I did.
Mommy.
Yes. And so.
Mommy.
And so. Yeah. Hi, everybody. And so. Anyway, back to that. Next thing you know, my cousin was sitting right next to me, and next thing you know, I just blacked out, and I fell onto my cousin's shoulder, and he was like, "Man, cuz, get off of me!" And then he saw I was drooling, so basically I was incapacitated without being completely out of it, because I could still walk. I just couldn't talk, or basically I could see, but I was so blacked out, like I don't know how much time would go by. I don't know what happened between that time span. It was a very scary moment, and it's happened to me numerous amounts of times. By the grace of God, I haven't been into any accidents, but it has happened when I was driving. Luckily, the times when it did happen, my wife was right there, and she pulled me over. I don't even know how I got out of the car. I would just snap back and realize I'm not driving. Maya was. Do you know how I would end up on the passenger side?
I would make you get out.
I would get out on my own.
But I would walk you around to make sure you got in the car, because when you would black out like that, I would have to. I mean, it was almost like dealing with a baby. I had to, walk him to like his room or walk him to his seat or whatever, because he would like to just go random places, and he would keep saying, "I'm okay, I'm fine," and it was just like, dude, no, you're not. Like, you drooling like you can't control your mouth and stuff. You staring off into space. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm a daydreamer, so I stare off into space, but this was
I still do, but it's not.
This was
because of the sickness.
Yeah, this was a like glassy look that would come over his eyes, and it would just he was just not very coherent. And so it would be like the times that he did it when he was driving, we did almost get hit a few times. Mariah, shh. Whisper shush.
No, she said daddy.
But yeah, so he, we would pull over, or I would make him pull over, and he would try to like I remember one time he tried to walk across the street while cars were coming, and I had to snatch him out the street. We were actually leaving the church building.
I didn't even know that.
And then there was one time where he was holding Mariah when she was a lot smaller, and because he had one of these episodes, he ended up dropping her. And so, I was just like, he said they came from stress. That was always his thing. I'm stressed. I'm too tired. And that's why they happen.
Well, that's when they really happened, though.
But then it come to find out, because I was like, okay, well, he's probably gotten this checked out then, since his family probably know. Come find out, nobody in his family knew. He'd been keeping this a secret for 10 years.
Yeah, because I thought it was stress. And
I was the only one who who made you a doctor, though? I'm trying to figure out where you got your PhD from.
I did plan on going to med school.
Dr. Hoodrat, is that what you're doing?
You know what? Anyway, I can't stand you.
But the Sunday that he actually went to the hospital, I was actually at home sick.
Yeah. My cousin was like, nah.
Yeah.
We call it Aunt Paula, which is my mom.
I took a nap, and when I woke up, I had 50 missed calls and 20 text messages. It was from Alyssa, which is Jeremy's husband / one of my best friends. I had calls from Alyssa, Jeremy, some church members, his parents, because they were trying to figure out what was going on and all of that stuff. But like I said, I wasn't feeling good, so I was asleep. I actually was sick at work that night before, and then when I got off, I was like, I'm still sick, I'm going to bed. No. I don't know. Anyway,
know your story.
I know, right? Gotta be better. Gotta be better.
Yeah. Way better.
So him and Mariah went to church by themselves. My mom was actually out of town with her sisters at the time, so I didn't really have a ride to get to church because he had, our car. And so
I tried to drive home. I was like,
yeah,
nah,
he
I'm
was trying to
good.
go home. Everybody
I just
keep
wanna
calling
go
me
home.
like, bro, tell him to go to the hospital.
Mhm.
In all honesty, he was fighting everybody.
Everybody. I don't care who it was.
And then
I was like, no.
his mom was like, you know, you gotta go, you gotta go. And then I talked to him and I was like, yo, what if next time, if you drop Mariah or she, you know, something happens and you're in the car with her and I'm not there, and then both of y'all are gone, or she's gone and you end up making it, then what? You know what I'm saying? Guilt trips, they work.
Yeah, she.
I mean, it's a low blow, but we needed him to understand.
It was a low blow.
It
right
was,
in
but it
the
was possible.
Right in the nether region.
It was it not a possibility though?
Yes, yes, it was. So that's why I did it. I was like, I want to live a long, prosperous life with my family. So I was like, all right, I guess. And so we were at the hospital. They were checking out my vitals. They assumed it was my heart. I guess because I'm a large man.
All right.
All right. You want to go to bed?
Savage. Not that you get reprimanded on video.
Hey, I'm still a parent before YouTube. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I went to the hospital and they ran some tests on my heart. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. I was telling my wife I'm a big dramatic person. I've been told. I was like, I don't want to die. I'm too young and blah blah blah.
If I'm being honest, I was pretty sure it wasn't your heart.
Yeah, they checked my heart.
Cause when they got you to the hospital, the doctor that I saw before I got to you said that they were looking at your heart and your brain. And in my head, I was like, I'm like 99.9% sure it's not his heart.
I even know.
I pretty much assumed that it was something with his brain. I just wasn't sure the level of severity of the situation with his brain. But I was just like, that's not normal. And I mean, I don't do science in any way.
What's mitosis? Mitosis.
Not mitosis.
I sound like Mike Tyson.
Not mitosis.
What is mitosis, baby? Mitosis.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I don't do science. I'm not good at science. I've never liked science.
I love science.
But I was trying to figure out how something could be wrong with the heart and cause that. Not saying that it couldn't. I'm just saying I couldn't put that connection together. So I just assumed, that's why I assumed it was his brain.
Yeah. So they ran tests and everything came back normal. I was a clean bill of health. My blood pressure was better now and I'm out of shape than it was when I was in the tip top shape of my life, which was pretty awesome. I'm like, yes, my blood pressure is low. I mean, normal. Or low, because that would be a problem.
Like, I don't think we should celebrate blood pressure.
Yeah, so anyway.
Daddy?
Yes.
Cereal?
Your cereal's over there, honey. Go get it.
But yeah, so they after they realized that everything was fine with his heart, they then decided to check his brain. They said that the first day they said that they were gonna keep him overnight, just for, to observe and watch. For what?
Okay, anyway.
So because when they did the first brain scan, they couldn't really see anything. But they didn't have, we went to Denton Medical or whatever.
Medical City Denton.
Thank you, that.
No.
Yeah,
it's Medical City Denton.
Yeah. So we went, that's where he was, but they didn't have a neurologist there. So they had to transfer him the next day to a place that had, well, they were going to send you to Dallas, but then we asked.
Dallas.
But then we asked for Plano. Now keep in mind, while I was with him, I was just like chilling, I'm listening, I'm getting all the information. However, behind the scenes, every time they would take him for like a scan or I had like left the room to go to the bathroom, I would call my mom and have like a panic attack and be like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny to make fun of now. It was not funny to me at the time. But what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Keep going.
So they transferred him to Plano, and he was there for about a week. Well, you were at Denton that Sunday night. So Sunday to Monday he was at Denton, and then Monday afternoon is when they transferred him to Plano. And when I tell y'all, that was probably one of the longest weeks of my entire life.
I mean, I kept a positive outlook because I'm not gonna lie, everybody was freaking out.
Well, he wasn't in pain, so it was a lot easier to like play and joke around and stuff like that because he wasn't hurting. So, you know, like we would walk past some people's rooms and they would just be looking like, you know, they just really about to
kick the bucket.
Yeah. And that's terrible to say, but it's terrible to say, but we really wanted them to understand. We really, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I totally just blanked.
Brain fart on camera.
I did. My mind just went 100% blank real quick. But yeah, no, the point is, he wasn't in pain, so for most of the week, we kind of were able to, you know, have fun or whatever. My mom came back, what was that, Monday night or Tuesday?
I don't remember.
I wasn't really asking you.
Kid eating Cheerios.
Yeah, so she came, her and TG Crystal came back, I think Monday night or Tuesday morning. He was supposed to have his surgery Wednesday. Because when we got there on Monday, that's when they took, the neurologist actually looked at his brain scan and he found the tumor. Oh, no, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Yeah, I had a tumor on my brain.
Yes.
And the reason why I was blacking out is because the tumor was kind of like a button. Whenever it mashed up against my skull, that's when I would black out.
But it was identified as seizures. You've been having seizures for the last 10 years.
Yep.
And nobody knew. Because somebody, I'm not going to say no names.
Don't touch my head. That's where my brain surgery was.
Extra. Somebody wanted to, you know, feel like, oh, I'm going to be all right and I'm good. Don't worry about it. And just not tell anybody what's going on. So when they saw the tumor, they told us, about it. Of course, like I said, I had to step away, have a mini panic attack with my mom, and even shout out to my brother because he was like, you know, I'm gonna come up there if you need me, cuh. And he didn't come until after you had your surgery, but my boy. But, yeah, so they were scheduling his surgery for that Wednesday, but then something happened and he didn't go to surgery until Thursday.
Thursday morning.
Yes. And when I tell you, we had so many people that week surrounding us, praying for us, bringing us food. I can even just, you know, name some. Obviously, Alyssa, was one of the first people to come visit. Erica, Tasia, really the Cole
family.
Yeah, the Cole family. Natasha, Steve, Tasia. I'm trying to think. Tabitha brought food.
Mike and Jazz.
Yeah, Michael and Jasmine, Brother Williams came to visit and his dad and his mom. Came to visit people. His parents, his uncles, a few of his uncles.
Uncle Wayne, Uncle Herschel.
Yeah. Christina came to visit and her mom.
A long line.
Yes, a very long line of people. So the morning of his surgery, we sang a couple of songs around him, and we prayed. There was some tears.
I didn't appreciate y'all making me cry like that.
First of all, your mama started that.
Yeah, it's
it
her
was
fault.
Literally a domino effect. Your mom started, then you started, then it was TT, then TT Crystal started making some tears. I lost it.
Paulo Jackson, it's your fault. It's your fault. I'm so mad I can't even put the words together. It's your fault. I wasn't even crying. I was good. I was like, let's get this going so I can get back out.
I mean, I was beyond nervous. Like I was just really, really anxious and really I was going through a lot that whole week. And then the day of the surgery, I'm a low-key shout out Tab because I was trying to help her find the waiting room that we were in the hospital, and I ended up in a restricted area. My sense of direction is awful. Let's just start there. So when I was trying to find her and meet up with her, I went to the wrong spot, but then I ended up seeing him, and I saw them like working on him, and I'm not like working. They were about to start.
I was already gone, right?
No, you were awake because you were talking.
Gotcha.
They were about to start everything, and they asked for my number so that they can send text message updates.
Ooh. Those are tough. Oh, also, I don't do drugs.
No. Wait, we not there. there.
Oh. So bad.
So actually, we'll go ahead and say it. After his surgery was finished, the surgeon that worked on him, shout out to Dr. Turner, really amazing job. He came out, he told me, he said, Mr. Jackson doesn't do drugs. Like, it's obvious he doesn't do drugs.
I was an athlete. That's all I was focused on.
He said, we gave him the children's dose. We gave him the children's dose.
I couldn't tell. I felt like an elephant tranquilizer
immediately.
Felt like an elephant tranquilizer.
And was still knocked out like 34 hours later.
Yeah, my tolerance is weak.
I said, oh, not the children's dose.
Meanwhile, this person over here needs about 17 doses. Yeah.
My high school lifestyle was a lot different.
Yeah. But
I was an athlete too. I was just a pothead athlete.
I wasn't. Okay, so.
But yeah. Anyway, so throughout his surgery, I never told anybody, but I was getting several text messages, and I was keeping it together because his mom was already dealing, with a lot because it's her son, her only child. And so, obviously didn't want to lose her son. And so, she was kind of, just being comforted a lot. And the first text message I got was the surgery has started. And so I was like, okay. So I told everybody, I was like, okay guys, they've officially started. He's asleep. They cutting and stuff at this point. And then the second text message I got said, patient is losing copious amounts of blood. Haven't found the source of bleeding. I remember that text message word for word.
Yeah. If they wouldn't have found it. And then it said,
please stand by.
If they wouldn't have found it, I wouldn't be telling you this story today.
When I tell y'all, I wanted to lose it. Looking at that text message, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna make it, fam. Like, I don't know if I should have been the person they was texting.
Who else were they gonna text?
I mean, yeah, I had, as you would call it, authority, but being his wife, because they actually asked about the surgery before they even made the decision. They were like, you can opt out of this and just, keep doing your thing and wait for the tumor to continue to grow. until there's just no choice but surgery. It was like, you don't have to do it now if you don't want to. And he said yes, but because he had a seizure at the first hospital, they had to ask me because there could have been some, there could have been times where he wasn't clear and wasn't sure, so they had to take my word for it.
Cut that thing
So
out.
they asked me, and I was like, nah, we need to remove that. There's a little bit of a struggle, but we're not going to get into that. But I was like, as his wife, I'm telling you, you need to remove that. So, anyway, I got the text message that almost stopped my heart. And probably about 2 hours later, I sat there for 2 hours holding that. Hey, live. Okay. I sat there for 2 hours holding in the fact that they had just told me that he was losing copious amounts of blood. They did have to do a transfusion.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't even know that. Why you just telling me this stuff on YouTube now?
You know why he don't know? No, let's discuss that. Do you guys know why he doesn't know what's going on?
Why?
He did not read any of his discharge paperwork. Not a page.
I thought you read it.
I did.
Well, we good then. One of us know it.
That's why you don't know anything.
One of us know it.
I mean, it was like 10 pages of stuff, but I wanted to make sure we knew exactly, what we were getting into and what.
What's my blood type?
He didn't say it on there. But anyway, so they, like I said, they had to do a transfusion, and obviously they found the source of the bleeding. They stopped the bleeding. So 2 hours later, I got a text message saying patient is stable. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right. He's still in there, but he's stable. Like, that's what, the important part of that is. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, I was holding that in, trying to be cool. Not to mention Mariah was at the hospital too, so I'm still a mother.
And wish she had a growth spurt, but keep going.
She did. She definitely grew. That's crazy. She was, just so y'all know, I never left the hospital, like, at all. That's not true. I went to Wingstop once with Adriana and Taria. Shout out to them because they came to see us too. But went to Wingstop with them. But Mariah spent the week with, back and forth between my mom and his mom. They both decided to take off work that whole week, and they took turns with Mariah. And so, finally it said, the surgery was over, and I told everybody, I'm like, hey, they said that the surgery is over, and after any procedure with the brain, they automatically put you in ICU for 24 hours, and when we went to go see him, like, they was playing games. Dr. Turner came out and he was like, yeah, he's in this room and he's over here. Da, 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 da. As soon as I got that information, I took off. I was like, I'm going to see my husband. So we got over there to the ICU, and I was just going to walk in. But then I decided to be nice, so I told your mom to come with me because they said 2 people at a time and that he didn't need to be talking or anything.
I wanted everybody to come out.
Which is the first thing he did when he saw me. Junker said, babe, I made it. I didn't die. Thanks. I see you, dog. Like, well aware that you're not dead, okay? Like, I'm looking at you.
But you know what made me mad? That stupid catheter. I still have nightmares about that thing. I'm like, nothing should go up that area, because like for 24 hours I felt like I needed to be 24 full hours.
That's so unfortunate.
Of torture. I was like, oh my gosh. And I would wake up every hour on the hour. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only 2:00 in the morning. Oh, it's 2:30.
That's not an hour. That's 30 minutes.
I know that, but that was one.
Okay, you said every hour.
Okay.
That's 30 minutes.
Either every hour on the hour or every 30 minutes I would wake up. It was one or the other. And it was just sheer torture until 6 in the morning.
When they finally took that bad boy out.
And then they wanted to check to see if I could walk.
Which he did.
And I was talking and I was like, hey, I'm just glad I got that thing out of my pee hole.
And that was one of the things that I was telling him, like, if after a brain surgery your biggest problem is a catheter, like, that's amazing. You literally had brain surgery less than 24 hours ago, and you're talking, just stuff, because obviously anytime you do a procedure on the brain, there's a risk of messing up something.
If he would have cut one thing incorrectly, I'd be paralyzed or brain dead.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe not even dead, but like damage could have been done, or you know what I mean? Just anything like that. And so we were just really, really glad that the Lord, kept him like that. And for him to be sitting here, I'm not going to say with no problem, there's something wrong with him. Like, he crazy. But
that was before the surgery.
That's factual. Yes, that is factual.
Let's be real.
He was born crazy. Something ain't right. But we going to blame his parents. But yeah, we were really, really happy, really blessed. I think that the hardest cry that I did was the one of relief after talking to Dr. Turner and him telling us, like, yeah, the surgery was successful. He didn't even tell everybody that, it went a little left, because I don't really know why he didn't. I think probably because he assumed that I told them with, the text messages and stuff. But,
we need no hysterical Helens.
Man, like, I didn't need... Because I was trying to keep myself calm, so the last thing I needed was for everybody around me to continue losing it. Because I was like, I'm not going to make it with mass hysteria. Like, that's not going to work out right. So,
So, they moved me back up to a regular room. And... they checked me out to see if I could walk. I grubbed because in ICU I didn't have anything really. So not only was I hungry, I couldn't fully pee. So once I got up to my regular room, I was just straight grubbing and happy and just talking to everybody, bandage over my head and everything. And then Saturday they were doing more. They were checking me out even more to see if I could walk around. Walk around, and I was talking to all the nurses.
The nurses made us go to the baby ward because they loved Mariah so much. They was like, y'all have to have another one. So go to the.
Oh yeah, she was a celebrity at the hospital. Yeah. She had my dad would push her around on her tricycle. She has a tricycle. And she was going all around the area saying hi to everybody, and people just instantly fell in love with her. So they were like, oh, so you're the dad of the baby, or you're the mom of the baby. Yeah. Like, yep, that's us. And I the nurses said I was one of their favorite patients. They say as much as they enjoyed me, they don't want me to come back because that means something's wrong. And shout out to all the nurses that were there to help out. Because, a lot of times their job gets overlooked, but they're a very important part of the equation.
For sure.
And on Saturday I was released. I went home, and then Sunday I went to church. And now I have the nickname Iron Man from one of the brothers. Because it was like, you just had brain surgery a few days ago. You at church? I was like, yeah.
Brain surgery Thursday, was at service Sunday morning. He didn't sing, obviously, because we wasn't letting him do that. We was a little skeptical about him going to worship, but we was like, you know what, if you feel okay, we're going to trust we're going to trust what you say and how you feel.
But you don't get to see though.
2 weeks later, I did my first song service since the surgery. And now it's been 8 months now. It's been 8 months. And I haven't had any seizures. I feel great. I don't have any fear of going out. I can work out with no problems now. And I feel great, and I'm just thankful to God and for everybody in my life because, you know, that was probably one of the things that kept me going as well. I know God definitely was, but, you know, the people in my life, and, you know, it wasn't my time. So
I think what people, for me, I think what I really want people to try to take from this and to try to understand is your body communicates with you.
mm-hmm.
Do not ignore it because we don't know, had he said something 10 years ago, we don't know how small and, you know, the situation could have been. You know what I mean? It could have been something that was like, okay, take this or do this, and then boom, it's gone. We've gotten that figured out and fixed. But 10 years, now you have a tumor on your brain. Thank the Lord it was benign, but
it wasn't cancerous.
yeah, it was, you know, but they were letting us know, like, this could have been avoided. So really, like, for sure, listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like something's wrong, go get it checked out. Don't wait and just let it, and I'm guilty of this myself. Don't just wait and let the problem get worse until you just can't handle it anymore or until you're forced to go. Okay? Like after you got shaved. All of the shave, yes.
Stop throwing me under the bus. I went. I got the scar. Y'all want to see the scar? See if I can show you. Ugh. The scar is right here. It's not that bad for someone who got their brain split open.
We'll try
This
to
is
put
the
some
design.
pictures up there.
Yeah.
We'll try to put some pictures so that y'all can see it. But, you know, like I said, please get yourself checked out if you feel like something's wrong. Do not wait, because you never know what things can turn into. You never know how what are you doing? Mariah, you don't have a scar.
You know? Yeah, you're good.
I quit.
No scars.
I quit. But yeah, so we just wanted to share that scary but blessed lesson.
Lessons.
Yes, lessons.
Lessons
guys.
on lessons
You
on
have to get
lessons.
lessons. Blessed
Forget
lesson.
Forget the beat. We in lessons. Lessons. Lessons, Jesus.
Oh, really? That's how you feel?
My little petty partner.
Anyway, it was a great lesson for both of us that, you know, really life is short, and the kids could not be here right now, which would be, you know, its own tragedy or whatever in itself, because that then would leave Mariah fatherless and me husbandless and all of that.
You too young to be a widow.
Man, what? You ain't lied.
But you cute, so you'll find something.
My birthday's Saturday. Just saying. Okay.
Shout out to Who Cares.
Wow.
What you hit me for?
Wow.
Weave gang. Weave gang.
Get him, better fight him. Fight him.
Yeah. Okay, you win.
Yeah.
Ow, girl, because you digging your nails into me. Yeah, but anyway.
Anyway, we'll get up out of here. But
since someone wants to talk for 40 minutes, not me. Anyway.
Y'all be good.
Y'all be good. Take care, Jacksonites. You want to say bye, Mariah?
Bye, Mariah.
No. Okay.
No. Just say
Say
bye.
bye to everybody.
Bye,
Say be good.
Mariah.
Say peace.
Peace.
That's not. You got to do 2 fingers. Yeah.
Peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll figure it out.
We're working on it.
Until next time, y'all stay good.
Mad Jackson's out.